Hello everybody, happy Friday. Coming to you live from the Hartland Community Center, getting ready for game one of the Bulls tournament, the Winter Classic tournament. Canadiens wearing the blue unis today, getting ready to take on the Southern Rangers from St. John, a team we know well, played them a few times already this year. Starting goaltender for today will be Emery Esti. We are one man down as Zach Shepard is on the DL, has a sore foot. Hopefully he feels better soon and is able to join us later this weekend. We'll keep everybody posted on that. So we will have some different lineups up top today due to that. Our defense pairings should stay the same. So starting us off, it looks like it will be McShane, Markowski, Stella, and on the blue line, Hoyt and Scott. 12-minute periods for this tournament and no flood. So we are ready for puck drop here. And off the draw, it's going to come back to Hoyt. Hoyt tries to chip it to Stella. Stella's going to go back to Scott. Scott goes down low to Hoyt. Hoyt off the end of his stick. Markowski picks it up along the wall. They go back. Goes the other way. That's Stella now driving in. Stella picks it up, tries to get it to McShane. Going to be kept in, but picked up by Hoyt. Hoyt gets it up to Markowski. Markowski flips it up to McShane. McShane down into the corner, has Stella out front. McShane doubles back. McShane looking for options. Going to go back to Hoyt. Hoyt's going to fire. Save, rebound just on the outside of the net. Spins it around. And Stella still has it, plays it out. Markowski, that goes up high. Going to be picked up by Hoyt on the blue line down low. That just goes under Stella's stick. McShane on the, and now Scott picks that up as the Rangers go for a change. Quick pass up to Stella. Stella goes to Markowski to McShane. McShane going to play it deep. And now the Canadiens are going to go for a partial change. Rangers start the breakout. That's Miller. Miller's going to pinch up, but he pokes it by him. That's going to be a tripping penalty. So the Canadiens are going to go to a penalty kill early here in the first with 10:51 to play. So it is McLean in the box for the tripping call. Out for the PK is Chase Stella with Gilbert, Dara, and Miller. Off the draw, it's kind of a scramble. And that's poked away by Dara. Dara clears it out into the neutral zone. The Rangers are going to play it back to their D, trying to set something up here on their power play. That gets kept out once again by Stella. It's going to come back to Stella, and he's going to fire it down the ice. That could be called a high stick, but they don't call it. So the Rangers now go into the neutral zone. Miller on his man. McDonald plays it back to Williams. Williams, he's just playing it down low. That gets away, and that's going to go off. Going to go out of the zone. Quick change here by the Canadiens as Kirkpatrick and McShane come out on the... And that's a bouncing puck that goes over the stick, and Stella's going to clear that down the ice. Going to be picked up in the neutral zone. McShane tries to get a stick on that, and now Kirkpatrick plays it down into the zone. They gather it back up, go D to D in their own zone. Kirkpatrick pressuring in the front. That's going to get by the play, and that's going to get played back the other way. McShane trying to get a stick on that. And shot and save by Esti. Face-off coming up in the Canadian zone with just under a minute to go here in the penalty kill. McDougall coming on with Paisley, Markowski, and Keegan Stella. Off the draw, Stella wins that. And that's going to get played around the boards by Paisley and goes down into the Rangers zone. Rangers pick it up down low. Stella staying up top, Markowski. And that's going to be intercepted by Stella. Markowski picks that up. Markowski now has Stella with him, drives towards the net. Markowski still has it, backhand just over top of the net. Good try on the backhand attempt there by Markowski. We've seen him be deadly with that before. Rink-wide pass for the Rangers as they run out of time here on this power play. That's left. Esty leaves that for Paisley, and Paisley, fans on the clear attempt. Rangers keep it in, but Paisley gets it back. Paisley fires it around, looking for Markowski. Markowski picks that up and going for McLean, but it's intercepted. They call offside. McDougall goes over to Paisley. Paisley now driving into the zone. Paisley fires. That goes up and off the boards, and that's going to go rim right around. Going to be picked up by Hoyt. Hoyt plays it over to Paisley. Paisley up to Gargano, and that gets intercepted. They're going to play it down. Esty again to leave that in behind. Going to be picked up by Hoyt. Hoyt plays it off the boards to Dara. Dara kept in by the Rangers, picked up by McLean. He plays it down to Hoyt. Hoyt fires it up to Dara off the half wall. Again, gets by him. He goes over to McLean, but it gets by him. Kept in by McQuaid. Down low once again. McQuaid plays that back the other way. And now McLean comes out into the slot. Can't get the shot off. And that's going to be picked up by Dara. He's trying to play it out. Kept in by the Rangers. McLean trying to get a stick on the Rangers. Double back now Dara. That shot goes off the glove. And Gargano trying to pick it up. It's going to be picked up and played out by Scott. We do get it into the neutral zone. And Dara gets a stick on that. They play it back deep. And they're going to go for a change. Scott's going to pick that up from Esty. Scott fires it over to Stella. Stella now makes his way through the neutral zone. Has Kirkpatrick with him. That's a trip. Thank you very much. And that's going to be a penalty to the Rangers on the trip to Stella. Canadiens are going to head to the power play. Coming out for the power play is Markowski, McShane, Stella, and Miller. Off the draw, the Rangers have control and they play it down the ice. Chase Stella, Esty's going to leave that for him. Chase picks that up under pressure down low. And Miller picks it up. Miller now. Miller plays it over. That's high and off the glass. Comes back to Markowski. Markowski leaves it for Miller. Miller goes over to Chase Stella. Chase Stella. Back to Miller. Miller back to Markowski. Markowski back to Miller. Miller back to Chase Stella. Stella fires. Save. Rebound comes to the Rangers. We get a stick on it. It's going to be cleared once again. Esty's going to leave that for Miller. Miller goes to Stella. Stella making his way up through the neutral zone. Stella to McShane. And it's going to be covered. Good try there. Looking for the rebound out front. So still 48 seconds here on the power play. We will see Gargano, McLean, Dara, McDougall, and Paisley. Off the draw, it's going to come back. Gargano to Paisley. Paisley picks it up, plays it to McDougall. McDougall keeps it in. McDougall goes to McLean. McLean, he's going to fire, and a save by the goalie. Nice shot opportunity by McLean. Face-off coming up once again, stick side for the goalie. Rangers will make a last-minute change. Off the draw, it's going to be Gargano, pokes it back to Dara. Dara goes down low to Gargano. Gargano tries to get it to Paisley. Paisley plays it back to Gargano. Bouncing puck goes over his stick. Rangers pick it up, going to be kept in by McDougall. McDougall goes to Paisley. Paisley plays it off the boards. He's going to fire. That's high and over the net. Going to be picked up by McLean. McLean to McDougall. McDougall up top. McDougall goes back to McLean. The pass is just off though. Gargano's going to pick it up. Gargano back to McDougall. McDougall, he walks, block shot, picked up by the Rangers player, but quickly gathered back up by McLean. And now Dara, we're back even. And McLean now down low. McLean working down in behind. McLean pokes it around. Stella comes up. Stella picks that up. Stella has Kirkpatrick. Stella, Kirkpatrick, oh! He's taken out in front of the net. Comes back quickly to Gilbert. Gilbert to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick pushes that low. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that, but it gets back around. It's going to be picked up by Hoyt. No idea what that call was for. So Kirkpatrick's going to the penalty box. They teed him up. No idea why. He was, it's a head shaker. So we're back on the penalty kill. That's going to get cleared down the ice. We've got Gilbert, Stella, mishandled by the Rangers in their own zone. Gilbert now. That's going to be picked up by Stella. Stella, oh, just wide. Picks up his own rebound. Stella going to come back. And Scott's going to play that down. Gilbert gets a stick on that. Rangers get it back. And Rangers come around the other way. They go back up top. Scott playing his man. They're going to shoot and save by SD. Just over a minute left here on the penalty kill. We'll see Markowski, McShane, Stella, and Miller come out. Off the draw. It's kind of a scramble. The Rangers do get it. Go back to their D. That shot is wide of the net. Going to be picked up down low. And Miller now gets a stick on that. It's going to come around. McShane and Scott. And now McShane trying to keep his man out. Now, and that's mishandled. Goes down. Markowski and McShane trying to get a stick on it. Markowski comes back. Going to go down low. Stella trying to get there. Get a stick on it, but not much. They go back up top. Markowski. They go back to the corner. Miller, nice block shot. 30 seconds to go here in the PK. Miller trying to get a stick on it again. Shot, that's high over the net. Now McShane in a foot race. McShane, kept in. And now Stella trying to get there. 20 seconds left in the PK. Williams goes back down low, back to Williams. They go back up top. Shot. Nope. Markowski now plays his man. That's fanned on. They go back up top. We get a stick on that. Stella trying to get there. Down low. We're back even as McLean. That's going to go off the half wall. Comes back down low. Miller on his man. Poked away. Now Markowski picks it up. Markowski plays it down. It's going to go off. Gets it up to McShane. McShane, one man that goes over to Markowski. Oh, just high and off the boards. It's going to rim around again. We need to get those shots down. McDougall, that shot's wide of the net. 2 minutes to go in the first period here. That's going to be Paisley, gets a stick on that. Trying to get it up the half wall to Gargano. And Gargano's going to come away with it, passes it over to Markowski. Markowski goes back to Gargano. Gargano fires. Side of the net. Gargano still trying to work it. And good play there by Dara. It's going to come back. Going to be kept in by McDougall's going to fire it back. Canadiens have to tag up. Gargano and Dara on the forecheck. Dara, Gargano. Gargano steals that away. Tries to get it to Dara. Paisley keeps that in. Paisley working it along the boards. Rangers get it out. McDougall picks it up. McDougall doubles back. Plays it back to Paisley. Paisley fires it deep. And McLean and Dara down low. Dara comes back the other way. Stella picks that up, goes off a foot. Hoyt trying to get there. Last minute of play. Hoyt goes back, goes to Scott. Scott, he's gonna fire it in deep. Kirkpatrick comes out. Gilbert. Stella. Hoyt. Gonna go over to Scott. Scott fires out front off Kirkpatrick. Stella has it. 28 seconds. Stella to Hoyt. Hoyt fires. Ship out front. Block shot goes off. That should be icing. And it is. So with 16 seconds to play, we're going to head down into the Rangers zone for a face-off. Coming out will be Markowski, McShane, Gargano, Scott, and Hoyt. Off the draw, back to Hoyt. Hoyt fires. Yes! Woo! Woo! So the fire from the point, Markowski's first man through, so he got a stick on it. As we like to say, that's like scoring 2 with only 10 seconds left in the first period. Off the draw, it's going to be Scott poking it forward. Gargano tries to get there. And Markowski, they play it up. Hoyt fires it on net at the end. And it's 1-0 for your Canadiens after 1. And we'll take a quick break here and come back for the second. All right, second period action here. So we're going to see Stella, Markowski, McShane with Stella and Miller on D. Oh, I might want to put second period up there. And off the draw, it's a ferocious win there that goes down into the Canadian zone. D to D, Miller plays it up to Markowski. Markowski looking for the back pass to Stella. Stella has McShane with him. Stella driving towards the net. And that's in! Woo! Keegan Stella makes quick work in the second period, putting another one on the boards for the Canadiens. We're going to see this. Looks like we're having a quick change here. See who's coming out for the Canadiens. We've got Paisley and McDougall on D up top. It's McLean, Dara, and Gargano. And off the draw, the Rangers with a win. They play it, go back, double back the other way. Under pressure, they go for a cross-ice pass, but that's going to be intercepted by Paisley. Paisley driving into the zone. Paisley has that poked away. regains possession, pushes it down, and that's Gargano fighting for it in the corner. Gargano, the Rangers are going to come away with it, and into the neutral zone. That's McDougall, and there, no one home as that goes off the end of the stick, picked up by McLean. He plays it over to Dara. Dara's going to fire that deep into the Rangers zone. Gargano, and they play it off the glass. Weird bounce, comes right back to Gargano. He fires. That's up off the glass. Kirkpatrick there tries to get a stick on that, and that's going to get played down the ice. Should be icing. It is. So we'll head right back down into the Rangers zone for a face-off. With Gilbert, Kirkpatrick, Stella, Scott, and Hoyt. Off the draw, it's going to come back to Hoyt, who's going to play it to Stella. Stella got Kirkpatrick out front, and that's a save. The puck's still live. Hoyt pokes in, goes back, comes back to Hoyt. He's going to fire on net, out front, and Gilbert tries to get a stick on it. Another save by the goalie. Couple of good attempts by the Canadiens there. Another face-off coming up in their zone. Sorry about that. Down into the Canadian zone, under pressure. And we're going to lay on it, it looks like. A couple of players laying on top of the puck. I'll just catch my counter up. I went to press play on the clock, and instead it took me to my email. So sorry about that, folks. So face-off coming up in the Canadian zone here. Off the draw, Rangers get it. They play it back D. Kirkpatrick trying to block that. Gets played down low. Scott plays that around, looking for help on the boards. That gets played up by Stella. Stella, now the Rangers get it back out front into the slot. That's going to be picked up by Stella. Stella has Kirkpatrick with him. Kirkpatrick, and now they've got 2-on-none. Oh, man. Save by the goalie. Good opportunity there. But can't find the backhand. Kirkpatrick down low, pressuring. That's going to come across the boards. It's going to get played. It's not going to make it for icing. Scott picks it up, plays it off. It's going to be picked up and played down by the Rangers. Down low, and off the draw. That's going to be blocked out front. Gets played up into the neutral zone. McShane trying to get there. Kirkpatrick and Scott's going to flip it up and over on net. And Gargano was there, but the goalie will hang on to it. Face-off in the Rangers zone with Gargano, McShane, Markowski, Stella, and Miller. Off the draw. Rangers have it. They're playing the high guy. As their player that gets poked away, they're going to be offside. Got to tag up. Play goes down along the boards. Stella still trying to get it. It's going to come back to McShane. McShane soft pass up to Markowski. Markowski has Gargano with him. Markowski looking for options. He's down low. Goes back to Chase. Chase. Stella fires. That's going to go off a stick up in the air. Rangers play it out. And bouncing puck gets down. Miller in a foot race. Miller plays it back to Stella. Stella plays it back to Miller. Miller fires it up. Nope, gonna double back. Fires it to Stella. Stella goes to McShane. McShane has Markowski. Tries to play it into Markowski. And now we've got, that was close. They could have been off to the races there. So that's gonna be picked up by Markowski, but we gotta tag up. Markowski taking his time, plays it back. Gonna get played forward to McShane, now to Stella. Stella trying to push it forward. It gets played out into the neutral zone, picked up by McShane. Played over to McDougall. He's going to push it deep. Now Stella, they're going to play it off the boards. Paisley tries to keep it in, but the bouncing puck gets by him. Paisley picks it up in the Canadiens' end. Comes back the other way. Plays it to Stella. Stella's going to go cross ice, and it's going to get intercepted by the Rangers. McDougall goes into the neutral zone. Puck gets ahead of him. Picked off by the Rangers, and they put it deep into the zone. Esty, he leaves that. Rangers pick it up. McLean gets it to Paisley. Paisley comes back the other way. Goes over to McDougall. McDougall plays it back to Paisley. He goes to Stella, and it looks like it's going to be an interference call to McDougall. Oh, man. So we're going to go back to the PK here. So coming out for the PK is Gilbert, Kirkpatrick, Scott, and Hoyt. All right. We're all set up. Win for the Rangers off the top. Good block. Deflection there by Gilbert. Rangers still have it. Gilbert, they go back up top. Gilbert, and that's going to get misplayed at the blue line. So they're going to have to regroup in the neutral zone as Gilbert and Kirkpatrick both pressuring. They go for the cross pass. They play it back. Gilbert keeps his man up. Gilbert again, and Hoyt. They go back, one-timer, that's wide of the net. It's going to be picked up. Kirkpatrick tries to get a stick on it. Rangers have it back. They go back, another shot, nope, fake shot. Goes up, Kirkpatrick pressuring, and block shot by Hoyt down low, gets it to Gilbert, and Gilbert's going to fire it down the ice. Canadiens going for a change. Rangers are going to keep a man high. They go for that pass. That's going to be intercepted by Markowski and Stella. They read that all day. Neutral zone play here. Markowski staying right with them. They play it again. Stella and Markowski trying to get it outside the zone. And Markowski does. He's going to fire it down the ice. Under 30 to go in the penalty kill. McLean. Markowski trying to get a stick on it. They do get it in deep. Esty fires that back around, looking for McLean. Picked up on the point by the Rangers. Big save by Esty. And that's going to get flipped down. And now Markowski's in a foot race. And great play by Sam Markowski. Oh my gosh. Go, Sammy. And he's still getting hooked and still gets the shot off. Great effort by Sam Markowski. Almost had a shorthand goal there. Keeping the pressure on the Rangers as we enter the last 4.5 here in the second period. Miller doubles back. Plays it over to Stella. Stella. Has a little bit of real estate here, and he's gonna fire it down on net. That's gonna be Dara down low, looking to get a stick on it. Now Gargano. Rangers played around. That's McShane, but it gets poked by. That's gonna be picked up though. Played over to Stella. That goes off the end of his stick. Stella down low gets another stick on it, and Paisley's taken down. That should have been a penalty there. Comes back to the point, and glove save by Esty. Couple of missed calls there, as a couple of cross checks from behind that weren't called, but face-off coming up in the Canadian zone here. And we're going to get kicked out of the face-off, so Dara's going to take Nope. Yeah, nope. All right, looks like Dara's taking it. Off the draw, the Rangers get it. They tried it. That goes off a stick. Goes over to the side. Another play. That goes off a stick. McShane trying to get a stick on it. Dara steals that away. Up top, McShane pokes that away. Now Dara. He's going to go cross ice to Gargano. That goes off the end of his stick. Gargano tries to get the shot off. Fans on it. Rangers go back. That gets poked by McDougall, but McShane's on the back check. McShane steals that away. Rangers regroup. They go for the pass out front. No one home. Gargano down low. Pass into the slot again. Big save by Esty. That's going to go off the glass. Kept in. And now McDougall picks it up. McDougall fires it. Looking to Dara. Dara picks it up. Goes to McShane. McShane. Gargano. McShane. And it's going to be offside as Canadiens were making a partial change there. So face-off coming up outside the Rangers zone with Gilbert, Kirkpatrick, Stella, Scott, and Hoyt. Off the draw, it's going to be Stella who comes away with it. Stella drives towards the net, pucked out front. Oh, Rangers get it coming back. Hoyt keeps his man to the outside. And another glove save by Esty. Face off in the Canadian zone. 2.5 to play in the second period. Off the draw, it's going to go back to Scott. Scott goes to Hoyt. Hoyt goes, it's kept in at the line. Down low, Scott's going to pick that up. Scott under pressure there with a couple of Rangers. They drive, bouncing puck out front. They go back up top. Kirkpatrick, that's wide of the net. Rangers pick it up once again. They go over into the slot. Shot, and that's a goal. So man left open in the slot there. That one finds its way past Esty. So 2-1 with just over 2 to play here in the second. So out for the Canadiens is McLean, Gargano, Dara, Miller, and Stella. Off the draw, Gargano has that. Gargano goes back. That's poked away, but picked back up by McLean. McLean, he's going to be taken down. Rangers regain possession. They go D to D. That pass is high. Now Stella. That goes back. Play out front into the slot. Good play. That goes back. Gargano making his way once again. He's going to fire deep. And Dara down low. Rangers have it. McLean takes that away. Plays it to Stella. Goes off his skate though. And right to the stick of the Rangers. They go D to D, but pass is a little off. They're going to push it deep. Esty's going to leave that. Play it around. And into the slot again. And we're all tied up with 1 to play in the second. And that's just misplay into that slot area once again. So coming out for the Canadiens is Markowski, Stella, McShane, McDougall, and Paisley. Off the draw, Rangers have it. Play it up, comes back. Paisley goes to McDougall. McDougall, cross ice looking for Markowski. Markowski to McShane. McShane, that's wide of the net. Bouncing puck comes back to the Rangers. Last minute of play here. They wave off icing. Paisley picks it up, plays it back, gets poked away. Into that slot again, gets a stick on it though. Paisley makes his way up, plays it to Markowski. That's intercepted. Rangers come back, save. Rebounds picked up by Stella. Stella has McShane with them. Stella, yes! Keegan Stella puts another goal on the board for the Canadiens, puts them up by 1 as we are getting near the end of the second period. Off the draw, comes back to Hoyt. We've got Gilbert, Hoyt, Kirkpatrick, Gargano. Comes back again, bouncing puck. That's going to be Scott. 4 seconds to go here. 4 seconds to go, and that is the end of the second period. So hang tight. We'll be right back for the third. All right, third period action underway. Stella with Dara and McLean. Stella out front. Oh, no one home. Picked up by the Rangers. Goes off a foot though. McLean keeps it in. And now Stella gets there. He fires it back down deep. And Dara trying to get there. Dara pressuring. Goes off the wall. McLean can't get that. The Rangers pick it back up and make their way into the neutral zone. That's not a trip. Oh my God. We hit his stick and he fell and we get a call. Ugh, it's frustrating. So we're gonna go back to the penalty kill here on a very unfortunate call there. Just played the puck off the stick and he fell, and anyway. Coming out for the penalty kill is Kirkpatrick with Gilbert, Miller, and Hoyt. All right, off the draw. It's going to come back to Hoyt. He's going to fire it around. That's going to get out. Kirkpatrick on the forecheck. He tries to get a stick on it. Rangers go D to D. Gilbert takes back up top. Gilbert pressuring. Trying to keep the Rangers in their zone here. They're going to go up for the pass. That goes through everybody, though. Now Miller's trying to get there. Miller, he's going to try to play it over to Hoyt, but the Rangers pick it back up. Surprised we didn't get a call on a trip there. Williams picks that back up top. Gilbert trying to block, and it's a glove save by Esty. Face-off coming up. We're going to see Markowski, McShane Hoyt and Paisley. And there's a win, but no one home for the Rangers. Kind of splits the D there. McShane up top. McShane. Now Markowski. Rangers make their way back through the neutral zone. They play the drop pass. Markowski tries to get a stick on that. They play it back down. Williams along the boards. Tries to play it down in front. Down in behind. Last minute in this power play for the Rangers. Yes! Attaboy, Hoyt! Plays that to McShane. McShane. That's intercepted by the Rangers. Markowski trying to get a stick on it. Rangers play it back up. And they're going to shoot. And that goes off the post. No goal. Woo! That was lucky. That was lucky. Face-off coming up. 33 seconds left in the penalty kill. 3-2 for the Canadiens. Off the draw. That's going to get played around. Markowski's there. Markowski plays it to McShane. 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 Down low. Still has control. Still has it. Battling against a couple of Rangers here. They're going to come away with it. 15 seconds left in the... And Paisley's going to intercept that. Paisley now. And that was a assist to the ref. Down. And that's out front. Bouncing puck. And that's going to be picked up. And that's going to be played up. Now Stella has Markowski. Shots high. Markowski. Markowski still has it. Markowski. Markowski. Oh, saved by the goalie. Miller down low to Stella. Back to Markowski looking for McShane. That goes off of Miller's skate. Keeps it in. Miller to Stella. 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 Back to brother Stella. Stella. Back to Stella. 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 Goes back to Chase. He's going to fire down low to Markowski. And, oh, that's just wide of the net. Rangers pick it up. And that's going to be icing against the Rangers. Good number of attempts by the Canadiens once again. We're going to see Dara, McLean, Gargano, Hoyt, and Scott come out for the Canadiens. Off the draw. Kind of a scramble. The Rangers come away with it though. They go cross ice. Hoyt's going to pick that off. Plays it to Scott. Scott gathers it back up. Settles it down. Plays it over to Dara. Dara plays it up to McLean. McLean back to Dara. Dara. Dara fires. Goes off a skate. Down into the corner. McLean tries to pick that up. Goes off the wall back to the Rangers. McLean picks that back up though. Goes back to Hoyt. Hoyt goes D to Scott. Scott, extra step, fires it deep. Dara trying to pick that up. Comes out. Hoyt picks that up. Goes back to Scott. Dara, that goes in a skate. Hoyt picks that up. Goes on to Gargano pressuring. Gargano picks that up. Gargano. Gargano still has it. Gargano tries to play it over. Gilbert picks it up. He goes back to Paisley. Paisley. Paisley fires. That's blocked. Gets it back. Kirkpatrick. And now Paisley trying to get there. He keeps it in. It's going to go down low. Kirkpatrick trying to get there. Gilbert. McDougall. Going to be picked up by Keegan Stella. He plays it over to Paisley. Paisley goes to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick has Gilbert. Kirkpatrick goes back, tries to get it to Stella, goes into the feet. Rangers play it back down. Gilbert trying to get there. Chipped ahead. Picked up by McDougall. Rangers get it back. Plague picks up. It's going to be Paisley. Paisley has Kirkpatrick. Glove save by the goalie. Again, another flurry of chances there for the Canadiens. Not sure what happened with McLean down in front of the boards, but a couple of kids got tangled up there. It was behind the play, so I wasn't really watching. Off the draw, it gets pushed right towards the net. McShane and Stella. Oh, that was nice play. Good job by Miller. And that's another goal, another shot. It's a high stick. So play will be called there. We're going to come outside the Rangers zone. McShane, Stella, Markowski. And it comes back to Miller. Miller's going to go to Chase Stella. He's going to fire down into the corner. Markowski gets a stick on it. Markowski to McShane. McShane's going to fire. That goes off a stick and high. They play it over. That's intercepted by McShane. McShane comes back, plays it back, goes to Miller. Miller plays it forward to Markowski. Markowski back to Miller. Miller back to Chase Stella. Chase Stella to Keegan Stella. Keegan fires. Glove save by the goalie once again. Face off in the Rangers zone once again. Dara, McLean, Gargano, Hoyt, and Scott coming out. Rangers coach having a conversation with the umpires there, unsure. So McLean's going to get tossed, so we're going to see Dara come in. Off the draw, it's going to come straight back to Scott. Scott tries to get it to Dara. Dara leaves it for Scott. Scott drives. Scott can't get the backhand off. Gets it back. Goes back to McLean. Oh my gosh, what am I doing with the camera? Sorry, folks. I was like leaning with the play. Scott. Shot. Rebound out front. Rebound again. Rangers come away with it. They play it up. That's going to come right back to Scott's stick. He's going to play it down. And McLean trying to get there, but the Rangers get it back. Dara gets a stick on that bouncing puck. And Hoyt gathers that up. Hoyt to Gargano. Gargano plays it to Dara. Dara back to McLean. Intercepted. Rangers goes off Dara's foot. Hoyt plays it back. Picked up by the Rangers. Intercepted. McDougall is out. Kirkpatrick gets a stick on that. McDougall plays it up to Stella. Stella. Gilbert. Stella. Gilbert. Kirkpatrick. They drive in. Gilbert. Oh, just wide of the net. Gilbert comes out. It's the Rangers who come away with it. Kirkpatrick tries to get a stick on that. That should be icing. Nope, not going to make it. Paisley's going to pick it up. Paisley doubles back the other way. Paisley goes to Stella. Stella now Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick trying to get there. Kirkpatrick tries to get it over to Stella. Down in the corner. And they're going to call it face-off coming up in the Rangers zone. Coming out for the Canadiens is McShane, McLean, and Markowski. Got Triple M out there. Off the draw, McShane trying to get it back to Miller. Still, Rangers are going to come away with it. Miller trying to steal it away from his man. They still have it. Shot. Save. Esty once again with the save. Face off in the Canadian zone. Off the draw. Stella gets that, but the Rangers get it back. That's poked away by McShane. Up off the boards. Markowski tries to get it out, kept in by the Rangers. Still kept in. Bouncing puck comes to Markowski. Oh! Tries to get it to Stella. Gets it to Chase Stella. Chase Stella. Chase Stella plays it back. Back to Chase Stella. Oh, that's the outside of the net. Markowski picks it up. Markowski back to Chase Stella. He's going to fire off a cut. Oh, that just goes by. McShane Markowski. He's taken down. Yes. That is a penalty. So, Rangers are going to head to the box. Canadiens head to a power play here. Had to call that one. So out for the power play is, oh, and it looks like we're going to go for a quick timeout, so hang tight. All right, power play coming up for the Canadiens. We're going to see McDougall, Paisley, McShane, Markowski, and Stella. Off the draw, it's going to come back. Markowski has it, plays it back to Paisley. Paisley to Markowski. Markowski going to play it back to Paisley. Paisley back to McDougall. McDougall, oh, just blocked or redirected out front. Back to McDougall. McDougall back to Paisley. Paisley back to McDougall. Back to Paisley. Over to Markowski. Markowski back to Paisley. He's going to fire. Save. Rebound. Rebound picked up by McShane. Back to Paisley. Paisley back to McDougall. Back to Paisley. Over to Markowski. Markowski. And that goes through the crease. Goes back to McDougall. Back to Markowski. Markowski's going to go down to Stella. 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 Over to McDougall. McDougall. McShane. Bouncing puck out front. And save. We're going to have a switch here. We're going to see Gargano, Dara, McLean, Hoyt, and Scott out for the Canadiens. It's just under a minute, and it now looks like the Rangers are going to call a timeout. All right, just under a minute left on the power play. We've got Stella, McShane, Markowski, Paisley, and McDougall. Off the draw, the Rangers have it. Weird bounce off the boards, but they still keep it up. And that's going to be, they're calling for a penalty. It was not a penalty at all. Again, these kids are just falling. It's going to be picked up by McShane. McShane, that gets ahead of him. Rangers get it back. McShane gets it back. Down into the Rangers zone. Still 30 seconds here on the power play. Canadiens still have it. They play it back. Markowski picks it up. Markowski under pressure. That's going to go too far. Canadiens have to tag up. Markowski's going to pick that up. Markowski now. Markowski. So, Canadiens get another one on the board as we enter the last minute of play here. So, 57 seconds to play in the game. We've got Hoyt plays it up off the wall. It's gonna be down in the corner, Kirkpatrick, and that gets played down low. Scott plays it back to Hoyt. Hoyt, Kirkpatrick along the boards. Play comes out. Up top, shot, blocked shot by Gilbert. Huge block shot by Gilbert. Rangers looking to pull here if they can get possession. That should be, they call what, icing off. Went through everybody. So extra attacker on for the Rangers. Empty net. Kirkpatrick trying to get a stick on that. Kirkpatrick. McLean. And it's going to be play called. So it just looks like it was just offside, I think. Yeah, so 12 seconds to go here. Off the draw. Kirkpatrick along the boards. Kirkpatrick trying to get it out. It comes back. That shot's up, and that is it. So Canadiens will take the first game. That's it for us today. We play 2 games tomorrow. First game at 9:45 against the Caps. And then we'll take on the Western Hurricanes later in the day. I'll stick around and see who gets player of the game. But 4-2 win for the Canadiens in game 1.
Player of the game for the Southern Rangers goes to number 22, Casey Christian. And player of the game for your Fredericton Canadiens goes to number 97, Keegan Stella.
So Keegan Stella gets player of the game for this And we will see everybody tomorrow.